Hey guys, what's up? Maik Wiedenbach here, giving tips about stress. Today, if you open any website or whatever, stress is being blamed for everything, right? Terrorism, global warming, your lack of gains, your football team's loss, whatever, right? So I want to take a look at stress and how it pertains to your workout, and is it making you worse or better, and so on and so forth, right? So what is stress? Well, stress is a mental and physiological reaction to a situation of great strain or pressure, right? So if you are stressed, a couple of things happen on the hormonal level. The body sends out adrenaline or norepinephrine, and then also cortisol, which pumps basically glycogen and fat in the bloodstream for energy, and aldosterone to give you thinner blood, putting out potassium in case there's blood loss or if you can function better. So in other words, stress is meant to be handled by physical activity. So in the olden days, so to speak, somebody sees like a saber-toothed tiger, uses there's glycogen and aldosterone to run quicker, get on top of a tree, get away from the tiger. The problem with stress becomes, there's twofold. One, if you don't use up that glycogen. So let's say your boss annoys you, you're boiling, but you're sitting at your desk. So now the glycogen goes in your bloodstream, doesn't really go anywhere, and then it basically is being stored as a fat cell, but your insulin is high, leading you to eat because you're hungry, right? And the other issue is then there's chronic stress. So let me backpedal. No stress is also bad, because stress is like working out. Like in the right dosage, it makes you better, right? It makes you think sharper, react better, handle things better, and so on and so forth. But then there's two kinds of stress that become problematic. So one is trauma. So when there is like the loss of a loved one or whatever, that can become overwhelming. And then what's happening more in our times is constant low-level stress, So there is 24-hour news, which is one of the worst ideas ever, and there's been constantly pinged, be it on social media or whatever, and you're never really off. So that basically builds up a constant level of cortisol, and for that matter, norepinephrine, that basically fries your nervous system. So what happens is your recovery abilities are being hampered, because your immune system is being hampered, because all the repair work that should be done, let's say for your workout or for the common cold or whatever, is being pushed back because the body wants to deal with the stress first. Your motivation obviously gets killed. Your memory is impaired. So is your judgment. You're not making the best decisions when stressed. People also gain weight when stressed. And we kind of alluded to that, so it's not like because stress has calories, but since there is more cortisol abound, the insulin levels go up, creating hunger, and then people overeat. So that, when it becomes harmful. So now you ask yourself what to do. Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, you need to master the art of saying no. Not everything or everybody is important, and you don't have to deal with everybody. So that's one. Learn to delegate. Like running a small business, that's actually very difficult, but I learned it the hard way. But you need just to say like, look, this is not my area of expertise, and I'm gonna find someone to do it for me. Go outside. Hey, let me tell you, that matters. And go outside without your phone, okay? The world will not collapse if you cannot Instagram every single step you're taking. Connect with real people, like not just people that you meet on social media, but have real conversations. Also, you have to see what's worth your energy. Political fights on Facebook are not going to change this person's opinion, ever. Is it really worth it? Right? Should you be focusing on reading a book that could enhance your career, play with your kids, all these things? Don't take yourself too seriously. Like, it took me a couple stints in basically the psych ward because of a bipolar episode, where I realized that I'm not all that great and there's room for improvement. And that actually was a nice step back, and I'd be like, hey, I don't have to do everything 100%. Like, I'm doing my best, sure, but some stuff just, didn't work, and that's cool too. Easy on the stimulants, because that obviously is an inhibitory stressor, and it's also self-fulfilling prophecy, because the more stimulants you use, the worse your sleep gets, the more fatigued you are, the more stims you need. So caffeine, you know, limited to like 2 milligrams per pound of body weight per day, and offset it with theanine when you take it at night. Take your melatonin, take your zinc, magnesium, you know, your ZMA for more restful sleep. So stress is not all that bad, because if stress stresses you out, then that's also an issue. You should not have zero stress, okay? That's a horrible thing. But it should be in the right dosage, because let's say working out is stressful for the body, but it also makes you better. So just be aware, like delegate, learn to say no, connect with nature, go outside, connect with real people. Like take a good look how you're spending your time. Like, is it worth it, you know, to fight over, like, insert here carbon or whatever, right? Easy on the stimulants, don't take yourself too seriously, and that's about it, Mike out. Have a good one.